Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and today we're going to uncrate the SMK Retro helmet. What's up, SpeedX fan? Before we jump in and tell you all about this Russian cosmonaut helmet, no, it's a vintage helmet from SMK, but before we do that, go ahead and subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. Stay up to date on all the latest parts and gear coming your way. We're going to work hard to educate you and give you the first look at the latest stuff, cool stuff like this SMK Retro. If you're subscribed, you don't have to worry about missing out. And if you'd like to support us here at speedx.com, you could also shop with us. There's going to be a link in the description below that'll take you over to the full selection of SMK helmets, including the Retro we have on the table today. While you're over there, shop for a set of tires, get a set of gloves, whatever you need for two wheels, we've got it at speedaddicts.com. Okay. We have a new manufacturer on the scene here in the United States. Yes, it's another three-letter helmet manufacturer. There's lots of them out there. HJC, LS2, SMK now. What are the other three-letter ones? KYT. There's 5 or 6 of them. Yeah, they're all over the place. CKX. There's another one in the studio. What you should know about SMK is that while they are new to the United States, they've actually been around since the 70s, and they're one of the world's top producers, making around 14 million helmets a year for over 50 countries. Their headquarters is in India. So up till now, most of the helmets we've sold at Speed Addicts are made somewhere in Asia, usually China, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam. A lot of countries are moving out of China over the last couple years and moving into different countries. So it is very interesting that now we have a brand from India, and I think your next iPhone might as well be manufactured there as we decouple from China. But enough geopolitics. That is what SMK is about, is delivering you 50 years of experience in making helmets. They're a high-volume manufacturer, so they've figured a lot of stuff out. The other thing about SMK is that they are going to be a value. So one of their sport touring helmets, full carbon fiber helmet for $279. That's the example of the sort of value, and no different here with their that's the Titan, by the way, if you're interested. Now the Retro here is going to run you $149. So you're getting a pretty polished vintage helmet. There's polycarbonate, $149, which is probably about a third of, say, like a Bell Bullet or something like that. So if you're looking for something vintage, you don't want to break the bank, let's check out the Retro. Like I said, polycarbonate shell here, 3 pounds, 8 ounces. So not bad, not too heavy, not exceptionally light, somewhere in the middle. It's going to be DOT and ECE 2206 as of Q1 2024. Now, at the time we're making this video, it is winter of 2023. So there are still a few ECE 2205 helmets in inventories. So if you're watching this video later on, you probably don't have to worry about it. If you're watching this video now, you can confirm which version you're going to get by just looking at that description page at speedaddicts.com. It'll call out which homologation you're purchasing there. Okay. Now it's good to know that they're rolling this over into 2024 and beyond with that ECE 2206 certification, which is the latest and greatest out of Europe in terms of safety homologations, pushing the helmet manufacturers to make safer helmets. And it has 4 drop tests instead of a single drop test as before. And so we like to see the dual homologation happening. Intermediate oval head shape and a somewhat limited size range. So what we found with the Retro is that they only have extra small through extra large. Now, may that change in the future? Perhaps it may. But at the moment, extra large is the largest size available in the Retro, and that extra large fits quite small. The shells break between small and medium, so the first shell in EPS is for extra small and small, and then they move up to this one, which is medium, large, and extra large. And I can tell you, as someone with an extra large head, this is not cutting it for me. So basically, if you're a large and below, you can order an SMK Retro that'll fit you. Otherwise, you're kind of out of luck. And I'd recommend for those larger heads, if you're normally a large, order the extra large. If you're normally a medium, you probably need the large, and so on. It's just what we found with this. So, and that's not unusual with Retro helmets for some reason. We've noticed in other cases them kind of running small or having limited number of shell sizes. So keep that in mind, and that's probably my biggest gripe with the helmet. Otherwise, for $150, it's pretty bitchin' looking, and the feature set is not shabby at all. Now remember, when you're shopping for helmets online, if you shop with Speed Addicts. We're going to cover you with no cost returns. That's right. If you decide it's not for you, the helmet is not your fit, no problem. We're going to give you that free return label. Get it on the way back here. Get the size you need, get the color you need, or just your money back. We make it real easy here at Speed Addicts. To qualify for no cost returns, you need to live in lower 48 states and make sure the helmet is brand new in the original condition. Okay, back to the SMK Retro here. So you notice that it is rather snazzy looking. We have the ventilation done in these mesh grills with little silver outlines here, or silver kind of washer look. Now these vents are always on. You cannot shut these down. So if you're riding in colder weather, you're worried about airflow, you're either going to be stuck taping over these, or perhaps you should pick a different helmet. But the design and the layout of the vent is unique. I like what they did with this. It looks premium, and it's just something different, and definitely in that retro vein, okay, which is of course what they're doing here. So that is the front ventilation package around the crown and the chin bar, and unsurprisingly there are no vents in the back. Retro helmets are typically kind of boring and spherical in the back, and they haven't messed with that by putting any sort of exhaust vents here. So this sort of helmet is not going to be as well ventilated as some higher performance helmets, but that's just the price you're going to pay. Now this face shield is unique. The design of it overall is in line with kind of that retro look here, but the way it's being held on with these I guess you call them like wishbones here, is unique, and the pivot kit is all SMK here. This is not like the typical pivot you'd see on a traditional face shield, right? This is very different. Now when I first saw this on the shelf, I was like, ooh, how's that gonna work? But really the action on this is quite smooth. I don't know what sort of bearing or spring system they have. You notice these little detents here. Whatever it's doing, it is spring loaded and has tension and feel as you move through each detent, and feels very quality and sturdy. Much better than I thought it was going to. And you get a nice positive lock. Whoops. Let's go all the way down. There we go. And then you're just going to lift it right here. It's actually not a latch. It's just going to sit down in that final detent. Around the eye port, they did finish it off with the chrome strip here, not a typical weather stripping package, so don't expect it to be, you know, totally air or watertight. Again, that's not something that's uncommon with these sort of vintage or cafe racer style helmets. Now, if you're going to remove their proprietary washer system, you're going to need their proprietary wrench thing. So that is included with the helmet, but don't lose it because you'll be out of luck. I'm sure you could find something else to do that, but you need to put that over their washer to undo this. And once you do that, you can replace it. They give you an extra set of these that is meant to be used without a face shield. So if you want to run the helmet without a face shield, you want to use sunglasses or goggles or something like that, you can put in this perfectly circular one that doesn't have the detents or the release here, and then put the red washer back on top. They have different colors. You can kind of mix and match and customize your SMK Retro to your heart's content. So, interesting ventilation package, interesting face shield and pivot mechanism here. Unique and quality, especially at that sub $200 price point. Now, let's flip it over and check out the interior. They finish it off kind of with this coffee color. We got the vinyl on the bottom, fittingly retro, and they've got the grommets on the inside as well that match that outside ventilation look. You're going to get a D-ring chin strap here, and they finish that off with black. And the cool thing about some of the SMK helmets is that they use a magnet here to hold up that extra piece of fabric after you finish going through your D-rings here so that it connects back. Whoops, here, let's show you how that works. So after you go through, a lot of manufacturers will use snaps, a few use magnets, and that's just going to go right there. So that'll stay put. See what I'm talking about? And then boom, you're off. So that's kind of a nice touch there. We'll pull out these cheek pads, show you what we're working with. This is the extra large, so the cheek pads are the thinnest ones they make for the Retro, and they use the same shell in EPS all the way down to medium. So as you move from large down to medium, this will keep getting thicker and thicker. And sure, they're sold separately, and you can mix and match to fine-tune your fit. You do not have speaker pockets in here. That's not to say you couldn't mount speakers, but there's no recess. That'd be a nice thing to see on future models. And then a removable headliner here. We'll snap this out of place so you can see what the EPS looks like. Channeled, finished off nice in kind of that asphalt color. And that is what the multi-density EPS liner on the inside of the Retro looks like. You're going to get a 1-year warranty with all SMK helmets. That can be increased to a 2-year warranty if you sign up or register the helmet on their website. So all in all, the Retro is pretty great in terms of an affordable vintage styled helmet. The main issue I see is going to be the fit. If you have a larger head, if you're an extra large or larger, this is just not in the cards for you. I'm about 24 inch and I cannot make it happen. But if you typically wear a large in other brands and below, then you have an affordable vintage or cafe racer helmet for you, probably about a third or a quarter of what you'd spend on a Bell Bullet. And it is definitely a unique option with lots of different looking paint jobs, mix and match on the visors and the face shields. All sorts of different things are available there. That does it for the SMK Retro as far as I'm concerned. If you still have questions, head over to speedaddicts.com, talk to our Rider Support team over the phone, live chat, or email, and I will see you next time to find out what's in the crate.